Welcome to a new video for GMOR TV. In today's video we're going to cover exactly what you can see on the title screen. We're going to be updating Owncloud using the manual methods. If you're using an outdated or an older version of OneCloud and you want to upgrade to the latest and greatest, we're going to show you exactly how that's done. To do that you'll need access to your terminal of your server because we'll be doing everything from the command line, which is a suggested method. I originally had an entire introduction, but I kind of messed that up, so you'll have to look at the title screen for a bit. But we're going to cut to the chase. Before we get started, I want you to do two things, and that is to make sure that you have a backup of your SQL database and of your data, and basically it would be the safest bet to just update everything that you have so that you can move forward with a safe heart, because this update of Owncloud can be a little bit tricky because we're going to be moving files and folders around and we don't want to take the risk of accidentally deleting data. So make sure that everything is backed up nicely, and we're going to head to the part where we log into the server and do the command line wizardry until we achieve what we want, which is an upgraded and fully functional version of Owncloud. Alright, we're going to transition to the dark world of the terminal in a second now. So the first step is to make a file called a folder named backup. Then we're also going to make a folder named upgrade. And then we're going to enable maintenance mode, which will tell your users that they can't use the website for the time being. Over here you see a command, user bin php 72 occ maintenance mode on. You probably want to skip the first part and turn that into php occ maintenance mode and so on, and that will enable our maintenance mode. We also get the suggestion to stop the web server, but we're going to skip that step because who knows what else is running on the server. There is no way to tell, so we're not going to go that far. Okay, next step, we have enabled maintenance mode, and now comes the reason why I said that there's not really a point in doing that, because what I'm going to suggest now is that you just move the upgrade folder to somewhere else, because I'm going to move everything that is every file into the backup folder. We now get a complaint that we can't move backup into the backup folder, but that's not that important. Let's make sure that all files are in there. Okay, great. As you remember, we also made an upgrade folder. I'm going to get that folder back. As you can see, I have now no files left in my Owncloud root. I only have a backup and an upgrade folder, which will give the users the great opportunity of getting an error. See the upgrade. I'm now in the upgrade folder, which is empty, and what we're going to do now is download the latest version of Nextcloud, and you can download it from owncloud.org/download, and we're going to just copy the link. Now there are two ways to do this. One, you could use your FTP client and upload it to this folder, but I'm going to go for the fast way. I'm just going to download it directly into this folder by entering the wget command and then pasting the link of the updated version. As you can see, we downloaded that in 1.2 seconds. Yay, science. And then we're going to unpack the file by using the command tar-xvf. I am aware that you might have some problems viewing the screen, but hopefully I'm clear enough. tar-xvf, and then the package that we just downloaded. I'm going to look around the camera to see if it's done. Yes, it's done. I'm going to move everything from the Owncloud folder into the upgrade folder. Let's check that out and instantly remove the Owncloud folder, which you don't need anymore. Okay, the current situation, the website is still dead because we basically moved all the files into the backup folder. And we now have an upgrade folder which contains a new installation, but which we can't copy yet because we're missing something, which is the data and the config folder. Now the data folder is a bit risky to copy in here because that might be a whole bunch of files, which may lead to interesting scenarios like running out of space. So what we're going to do instead is clear the screen for a moment, and I'm just going to copy the config folder from the backup, which contains your existing configuration files. I'm going to copy them all to this folder, and it's going to override the configuration of the new version. And what I can do now is copy all of these files into the root directory. Now, there is something you should be aware of. There may be situations where you have apps installed or external apps which you should have checked before moving on to this place, but that's something you will have to figure out on your own. Okay, we're back in the root folder now where the files used to be, and in upgrade we have a fully functional Owncloud setup minus the data. We're going to copy all the content cp-r upgrade everything to this folder. We're going to copy everything, which shouldn't be too much because we don't have the data in there. We're going to check if we have everything in the current folder. That looks great. We even copy the Owncloud files, which we technically don't need, but what are we going to do about it? And the next step is copying the data from the old folder to this folder. I'm going to just move it because you might run into place limitations or hard drive limitations if you stored a bunch of information. I'm going to move backup/data to this folder, and let's check it out. Let's go to the data folder. We can go to Owncloud, which was the original user, and we'll see that he has three entire files downloaded, which is the Owncloud manual, the photo solver, and documents, which mean that it works. Sort of. Okay, now it's getting tricky because I'm losing track of. Okay, we're back in the root folder. So what we did is copy all the files of the upgrade, which contained the new Owncloud files, and we moved them all back to the root. Then we copied the data folder as well. Remember, we also moved the config into the working folder right now first. And now we're going to go back to the website. And I'm getting a nice little error that apps external is not found, which is apparently a thing. I'm going to show you that. So what we're going to do is find that folder which it was looking for at some point. Is probably hidden in the backup folder. As you can see, there is an apps external folder. Good thing we kept that backup. What's in there? Well, there's nothing in there, but it's complaining that it's missing the folder. We could make it, but we're not going to. We're going to go back to the root folder, and what we're going to do is copy from the backup folder. Okay, we need to go down one more folder. That's right. Copy cp minus air backup app external to this folder. We can now see that the apps external folder exists, and that makes our Owncloud very happy because it's now alive again. However, it is still telling us that it's in maintenance mode, which may take a while. Remember, we did this ourselves. We put the website in maintenance mode before we started. So what we're going to do now to avoid the error that I got last time is now we have to actually upgrade the Owncloud installation. And once again, I'm going to userbin.php 7.2. Remember, when I type this, just replace it with PHP if you are running on another version. If you're not using this weird setup I'm using, just type PHP OCC, and let's try typing upgrade. Okay, we're upgrading and it mostly works, but we have a repair warning. You have incompatible or missing apps enabled that could not be found or updated via the marketplace. Repair warning. Please install or update the following apps manually or disable them. Okay, we are not going to look into manually updating this, but you can see the instructions there on the website. What we're going to do instead is just disable the app, and they are providing the information themselves. We can disable the app with PHP in your case. OCC. And then it's white and red, which is hard to read. App disable. And the app that is not playing nice is Files Video Player, which is kind of a cool app to have, I guess, but also kind of annoying because it's sabotaging our project right now. And we have disabled the app, and what are we saying? We can use the browser or the OCC upgrade. Okay, we can use the browser to upgrade, but we're already in the terminal, so if you wish to leave at this point and are getting uncomfortable in the terminal, you can freely go back to that. But if you're still with me in the terminal, once again, type PHP, where I type user.bin php 7.2, and then OCC and the command upgrade. So PHP OCC upgrade, and now all lights are green. We are repairing a bunch of information. It may be telling us that a bunch of apps are not ready, but we can update this later. Everything is working just fine, so we're going to clear again, check this out. And the most interesting part will be to see what happens if we visit the website. We were in maintenance mode, and now we are still in maintenance mode because I forget one essential step. Once again, type PHP where I'm typing userbin.php 7.2. So for you it's just PHP OCC maintenance mode off. Owncloud is in maintenance mode. No app has been loaded. Maintenance mode disabled. Now let's see what the website has to say if we load it. And the website loads. We don't even have to log in. I am aware that everything is in a language you don't understand. The glorious language of the Dutch people and the Belgians. Let's check the version. We are now on Owncloud 10.3.2 stable. Let's check out the apps. Are any of the apps complaining? Some of the apps, well, one app was complaining. If you want, you can now continue by updating the apps, but that's material for another video and not really something I plan to cover in this one. So to try and summarize the steps: 1, create 2 folders in your installation. 2, download the new installation. 3, put the website in maintenance mode. Then 4, move the new files into the root. Take the config file from the old website, put it in there, grab the data, also move it into the root folder. Once that's done, what was the next step? Was to upgrade on the command line, turn off maintenance mode, and then you can move on onto the website. Hopefully this video was useful to you, and hopefully it helps you to upgrade your own Owncloud instance. Remember, if you need help or after this video or have even more questions, you can ask them in the comments. We are always happy to reply and help you out where we can. But hopefully you've reached this point in the video and you can now say that you have a fully working Owncloud version which is using the latest version. In which case, virtual high fives, and we'll see each other in our next video.